All right, guys. Scout Football Scoop. I'm happy to have John Wristen on with me. John's the head coach at CSU Pueblo Division II program out in Colorado. Coach, thanks for joining us today on Inside Scoop.
I'm honored to be here and honored to be part of the Football Scoop.
It's fun stuff. For those of you that don't know Coach Wristen, John spent about 20 years at Division I level, right, Coach? Most of that time at Colorado, Northwestern, and I think maybe the 2006 season at UCLA. And then you got hired by CSU Pueblo to basically start the program. And you guys have had 4 seasons now, and had a great run last year. Last year, you guys were 11-0 in the regular season. I mean, it was an incredible season. Tell me about the process. You find out that CSU Pueblo wants to start a program. Trust me, I understand. Tell me why that excited you and why you felt that was the right opportunity for you in life.
Wow, Scott, it was just one of these unique opportunities. I think being a career Division I assistant, and you never, you could probably stay in being a career Division I assistant, but you didn't really see yourself maybe being a head coach and having an opportunity. So I wanted to try to apply my trade, apply my profession at the ultimate level. And so I really thought being able to start a program from scratch, you only have one guy to look at, and that's the guy in the mirror. And I'm very lucky to be part of some great staffs and some great teachers, and I value what Gary Barnett had taught me for all those years. I was a Gary assistant for all the things, and to this day, Gary doesn't get enough credit, I think, in the coaching profession for what he's accomplished and what he's about. And so this is my turn to apply for what I've learned in all the staff meetings and all the great coaches I've been around. And so not only did I have to start a program from scratch, I had to explain to the administration what college football really meant. So it really got me out of my box. It really got me challenged. And so I think sometimes when you're in your late 40s, that you need new challenges in your lifetime. And this is what I needed at this point to apply my career, apply what I've learned, and see if I can do it. Just see if take the challenge on. And so I'm very lucky to be in a special place. We've got a great community that not only supports athletics, it's supported football. Scott, I think one of the things that guys don't understand is that we did it in less than 13 months. We didn't have a JV program. We went and played a full college schedule right away. And that all happened on July 3rd, 2007, when I was hired. And then we played our first game against Panhandle State out of Oklahoma, August of 2008. We didn't have a stadium. We didn't have any helmets. I didn't have a staff. We didn't have any computers. I mean, it was amazing to see that transformation take place in 13 months. And it was just a lot of fun being able to do that.
Well, I think you've done extremely well. I know you have because, at Scoop, we hear a lot about how coaches are doing and guys that might move up. A lot of guys called me this year, in season, and tell me, boy, Risten's really doing something special out there. And, obviously but everybody else might not know. Hunter Hughes, defense coordinator for you guys, was our Division II coordinator of the year. So obviously you built a great staff. Tell me about how you got these guys on board.
You always keep a list of guys you always wanted to work with, and I know at this level that you got to really attract guys that are really hungry and try to move themselves up. A lot of times those guys are GAs at the Division I level. They understand the mentality. Our focus when I brought this thing was I was going to tell everybody we're running a Division I type of program on a shoestring budget to a Division II. And so I had to have guys that fully understood what I was about and wanted to buy into the vision and the foundation of building something from scratch. So I've been able to do that. I've been able to hire guys that have had that type of experience. And then I've been able to work with most of them. So I feel very lucky that they came and took the challenge on. And Hunter was one of those guys that when we hired him as a GA at Colorado, he was a high school coach out in Nashville, Tennessee. And he worked our camps, and he was always one of these guys that worked our camps and was always there setting up drills, was just a self-motivated guy, kind of like a bulldog, and that's what he is, a little bulldog. And when I got the job, he was at Tennessee, and I told him, I says, hey, you're my first call, and would you want to do it? He's getting married in a couple weeks. It was really, it worked. Bottom line, it worked. But he had to overcome, and his wife's a softball coach here. So we feel very lucky to have Hunter. And believe me, your award really made some managing issues for me trying to manage it. No, not really. I feel very lucky to have Hunter. And our whole defensive staff has done a great job. Paul Creighton's coaching our D-line. Donnell Leomides coaching our secondary. I think we've been in the top 5 in the secondary for the last 3 years in interceptions. I know it's a combination of things, but he's done an outstanding job. And then Carl Fetters works with our outside linebacker, who is an old, crusty, long-time coach in the Colorado Springs area. Been a winningest coach out there. And he came to our spring ball all the time. I said, "Why don't you come coach with us?" And he looked at me and goes, "Are you for real?" I said, "Yeah." And so he's been here with us the last 2 years, and he's kind of the checks and balances of the staff and really the defensive staff. And so I feel very lucky to have those guys, and we've done a great job defensively. And that's how we kind of built this thing. Is we built a defensive first. We're not real flashy in offense, but we do play hard on defense and physical, and our defense staff has done a great job with that.
It's good stuff. Hey, over the next couple of days, I want to get back to you and talk a little bit more about the philosophy you've installed with your team. But you touched on something there I just got to ask you about. Give me some advice, Coach, for young coaches, a Division I grad assistant, even, a first, second job guy at D2, D3 level who's looking to move up. What's your advice to that guy? I get asked that question all the time, and I tell them it's work hard, make connections, go work camps, clinics, meet coaches, develop the right relationship, and when that guy moves up, he can bring you with him. What advice do you offer to these guys?
Well, I think I'm a perfect example of being able to be in the right spot at the right time. And I don't know what that means in trying to get to that right spot. I just think you got to roll up your sleeves, go to work, develop connections. I was a high school coach here in the state. I went to Fort Lewis as an offensive coordinator. I had worked with Gary Barnett at a few football camps. Sooner or later, Gary got hot. We won the third Big 8 championship. He decided to take that challenge to Northwestern. I said, "I'll drive you to the airport." And I had to tackle him at the airport to see if I was going to go with him or not. I just had to be in the right spot at the right time. And that's kind of the name of the game. And I think it's more important, really not what you know, it's who you know and how you develop those relationships. And I think the other thing for young coaches is just be real. Just be a guy that people can trust, be a part of it. And sooner or later it's going to work. If not, it's not the end of the world. It's not the end of the world to be able to say that I'm a Division II football coach or I'm a high school football coach. We're coaching the greatest game ever, and you are teaching the young man the greatest things. Division I football coach, it's not so much, it's a lot of fun. It really is. But the same stage is set for you on a Friday night or Saturday night, and enjoy those opportunities.
I'm with you. It's good stuff, Coach. I completely agree and echo your sentiments. Hey, this was fantastic, Coach. I know I don't want to take up too much of your time. I know you guys are busy. I will see if we can get you back on tomorrow and talk a little bit more about how you built the team.
Awesome. Appreciate it, Scott. Thank you.
Thank you.